Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. So continuing with my video on quarterly results for FY21. So I'll be actually considering the results announced by companies from the period April 17 to April 20. So I'll be actually discussing the below company which announced the results from April 17 to 20. On April 17, we got the results of HDFC Bank and ICICI Lombard General Insurance Company Limited. On April 18, we had the results of Bansal Engineering Polymers Limited. On April 19, we had the results of ACC Limited, Crystal Limited, Bajaj Consumer Products Limited, ICICI Prudential Life Insurance Company Limited. And in April 20, we had the results of Swaraj Engines Limited and Tata Steel Long Products Limited. So let's see, first consider the results of April 17. That is, first company will be considering HDFC Bank Limited. So as you know, HDFC Bank is the largest private sector bank in India after ICICI Bank, second largest private sector bank in India. It announced good results for Q4 of FY21. So it posted a consolidated revenues of 32,607 crores and net profit before tax of 11,266 crores and the net profit of 8,434 crores. If you compare the previous quarter, it was 31,852 crores revenue, and the profit before tax is 11,813 crores and the net profit was 8,769 crores. If you compare the same period last year, so the total revenue was 31,795 crores and the net profit was 7,280 crores. There is almost a 1,200 crore increase in net profit as compared to FY21. So the last year the profit before tax was 9,682 crores. It has improved to 11,266 crores in the current quarter of FY21. If you see the full year profit, is actually revenues is found as 1,28,552 crores in the operating, and the net profit before tax is 42,796 crores and the net profit is 31,833 crores with an EPS of 57.73. So if you compare the FY20 results, it was the revenue was with 1,22,189 crores and the net profit was 27,254 crores and the profit before tax was 38,195 crores. So there is almost a 4,000 crore increase in the profit before tax and around 4,000 crore increase in profit after tax in FY21 as compared to FY20. So the EPS for this FY21 is 57.74 as compared to 49.70 in FY20. So the stock is actually very based on the earnings growth. The stock looks have a correction of around 200 rupees. It was actually made an all-time high around 1581. Now it's available at 1425. It looks very good for long-term basis for investments. One more attractive news of the stock is actually FIIs and DIIs have a good stake in the HDFC Bank. So this is actually very good attractive stake. So 25 times FY21 EPS. And regarding the how the share price has moved, it was actually trading at 830 levels in May 2020. It's increased over the years. It crossed 1,000 levels at the July, and then it actually touched around 1,180 levels in 1,235 levels in October. Then actually crossed 1,358 levels in November 2020. It made a high of around 1,616 in February 2021. Corrected and trading at 1,425. This is a good level for accumulation for long term. So if you see the holding pattern, shareholding pattern, the share capital is 548 crores, the reserves are 1,75,000 crores, and the FIS holding is 39%, and the promoters holding is 26%, and there is then the domestic mutual fund holding is 20.99%. So it looks good for long term, as that is my opinion on this particular stock. So the next stock I will be considering is ICICI Lombard General Insurance Company Limited. So it is actually a general insurance company and part of the ICICI Bank group, and it's actually a general insurance company based on part of the ICICI group, and it is actually posted good results for Q4 of FY21. It posted a total revenues of 3,163 crores for the fourth quarter, and the profit before tax is 450 crores and the net profit of 346 crores. And the previous quarter it was 3,193 crores revenue and the profit before tax is 408 crores and the net profit was 314 crores. If you compare the same period last year, the total revenues was 2,882 crores and the net profit was 282 crores and the EPS was 6.20 and the profit before tax is 371 crores. So it has posted a almost 80 crore increase in profit before tax as compared to previous year, and almost 60 crores increase in profit after tax for FY21, Q4 of FY21. If you see the full year profit, it is actually at around 12,083 crores in FY21, and the net profit is 1,473 crores, and the profit before tax is 1,953 crores. If you compare the FY20, it was 12,450 crores, and the profit before tax was 1,697 crores, and the net profit was 1,914 crores. So you can see that the company is able to increase the profit and profit before tax and profit after tax. And FY20, the FY21 EPS is 32.40. The stock is currently trading at around 1414 levels. The stock is trading at around 43 times FY21 expected EPS. Valuation looks slightly expensive, but normally the general insurance companies like SBI Life General Insurance and life insurance company always trades at a higher price and multiples over 35-40 times. So it cannot be termed expensive if the company is actually able to show earnings growth. So we can actually buy these stocks on dips, and we can actually need to hold it for long term if you want to get good returns. And regarding the yearly results also, it's actually grown over the years. It was sales was just 2193 crores in March 2010. It has increased to 7520 in 2017 and increased to 12183 crores in 2021. Net profit has increased from 144 crores to 520 crores in March 2014 to around 862 crores in 2018 to 1417 crores. Exactly had a good increase in profit. Almost the EPS has improved from 3.57 to 30.40, almost at the 800% increase in EPS over the period of 10 years for this company. I see. So this company is very good for long term. The multi-bagger returns are possible, but we need to hold for the stock for long term if you want to get multi-bagger returns. So the next stock I will be actually considering is the company that announced results on April 18. That is Bhansali Engineering Polymers Limited. So it is actually if you want to know the details of the company, you can actually check in screener. So if you see, the company is actually a polymer company. It is actually if you see the website of this company, you can actually see that it is actually into manufacture of ABS and SAN resins. It is a specialized engineer in thermoplastics which are actually used in the auto sector. So like it actually manufactures products like used in bikes, for example, some products used by the manufactured by wheel cap, roof rail, door handle used in cars and all. These products are actually manufactured by Bhansali Engineering Polymers Limited. It's actually an ABS engineering polymer company. So it manufactures different products that actually used in different applications in the auto sector and different other applications. So you can actually go through the website and see the different products manufactured by the company and the different applications where they are used. So it also posted very good results for Q4 of FY21. So it posted a sales of 473 crores of Q4 FY21 with a profit before tax of 219 crores. It's almost a highest ever profit for this company, and the net profit of 163 crores with a translating EPS of 9.85. The previous quarter sales was 411 crores, profit before tax is 183 crores, and the net profit was 136 crores. If you see the same period last year, sales was 251 crores, and the net profit was 8 crores, and the profit before tax was 10 crores. So it has almost 200% increase in the 2000% increase in the net profit as compared to previous year. And if you see the profit in the full year profit, the total sales is 1292 crores, and the net profit is around 334 crores, and the EPS is 20.13. So and as the previous year, it was the total sales was 1104 crores, and the net profit was 67 crores, and the profit before tax was 83 crores. So almost the company has almost a 5 times increase in profit after tax in FY21 as compared to FY20. So the EPS at 159 rupees, the stock is just trading at around 57 times FY21 EPS. So it is actually very attractive on a long term basis, and actually I am expecting this stock to be re-rated, and there's a possibility that the company continues to increase revenues in the future. We can expect 200 to 220 levels in the stock in the long term. So but if you see the 5-year returns, the sales has increased from 600 crores to 1032 crores in 2018 to further to 1292 crores. If you see the net profit, it has actually improved from 5 crores to 100 crores in 2018 to 334 crores. Almost it has actually 6000% rise in net profit from 5 crores to 334 crores over a period of 6 years. So the future is very bright for the company, I feel, and I'm actually bullish on the company. I'm actually holding investment in the company. I'm actually expecting good targets of around 200 to 220 levels in the next 6 months to 1 year in Bhansali Engineering Polymers if the company continues to post earnings growth. So the next 4 companies that we will be discussing is based on the results announced on April 19. So we'll be considering SEC Limited first. So SEC Limited is India's one of the leading cement companies in India. It actually had a capacity of around 33 million tons cement capacity, and it actually planned to is one of the largest cement companies in India, with around 17 cement plants and 9 captive power plants and 90 plus ready to mix concrete power plants with 50,000 channel partners and 6,600 employees. It became a part of Holcim Group in 2015. So together with the Gujarat Ambuja is one of the largest cement companies in India, and they have a capacity of around 33 million tons as mentioned earlier, and plan to increase the capacity to 40 million tons in the next few years. So it also posted very good results for Q4 of FY21. It posted a total sales of around 4,292 crores and a net profit before tax of operating profit of 860 crores, and the profit before tax is 754 crores, and the net profit of 563 crores. It's almost the highest ever net profit of this company. And if you see the December quarter profit is around 4145 crores previous quarter, and the net profit is 472 crores, and the profit before tax is 289 crores, mainly due to a tax write-off. And if you see the same period last year, the total sales was 3502 crores and the net profit was around 322 crores, and the profit before tax was 476 crores. So you can see that almost there is a 250 crore increase in net profit as compared to previous year for ACC Limited. If you see the yearly profit, the sales total sales is actually 14,576 crores. The operating profit is 2629 crores, and the profit before tax is 1987 crores, and the net profit is 1670 crores, translating EPS of around 88.93 or 89. So at the current price of around 1883 is trading at around 19 times FY21 expected EPS. So it is not a not very expensive stock as compared to other Ultratech Cement, which is the largest cement player in India, and other companies like JK Cement, which has been re-rated recently. So it looks very attractive considering the cement capacity it has and the possible earnings growth it can actually report in future. So I'm actually regarding the earnings growth of the company over the years. It was sales has improved from 8,836 crores to around 11,062 crores in 2013, further to around 13,825 crores to around 14,576 crores this year. If you see, the net profit has improved from 1,564 crores to around it has actually had a dip in the December 2010 to around 2013. It increased to around 1670 crores. So even though the sales has increased from by around 6,000 crores, the net profit has not shown much growth. So mainly because of possibly because of higher expenses. And but I'm actually bullish, and based on the valuations of this company as compared to other peers, it looks very good for long-term investments. And regarding the balance sheet, the share capital is 188 crores and reserves are 12,511 crores, and it is almost debt-free. And it is actually likely that the company might announce a bonus issue in the ratio 1:1 or 1:2. And regarding the shareholding pattern, the promoters hold 54% and the FIs hold 12.74%, and the DIs, domestic institutions, hold 20%. If you see the share price in the last 1 year, the share was actually holding around 1170 levels in May 2020, and actually touched around 1007. It has increased over the years, and it touched 1410 in August 2020, 1654 levels in November, and then increased further to around 1981 in April 2021. So I feel that this particular company is a buy on dips, and if we are actually able to get this stock at around 1600 700 levels, it will be a good investment level for long term returns. So I'm actually expecting a target around 2200 to 2500 next 2 to 3 years in ACC Limited. Regarding the second company I'm discussing, so I'm going to discuss Bajaj Consumer Products Limited. So it is a FMCG arm of Bajaj Group. So they are actually present in the hair care segment and different other segments like skincare segment. They have them flagship brands like Bajaj Almond Drops and Bajaj Amla Hair Oil, Bajaj Brahmi Amla Hair Oil, Bajaj Cool Almond Drops. These are all recognized in the industry, and they also have different brands in the skincare segment like Bajaj No Mask Cream and different other products. You can actually go to the website and see that. They also posted results for Q4 of FY20, good results for Q4 of FY21. It posted a sales of 249 crores and the net operating profit of 62 crores, net profit of 55 crores, and profit before tax 66 crores. it was almost the same on the previous quarter also, December quarter also. If you see the March 2020, the sales was 179 crores and profit was around 23 crores. It has increased the net profit by around 33 crores in the FY21 as compared to FY20. If you see the yearly results, the total sales is 922 crores and the profit before tax is 278 crores and the net profit is 223 crores. The previous year it was the net profit was 185 crores on the sales of 852 crores. So current year the EPS is 15.12 as compared to 12.52 in the previous year. In FY18 also the EPS was 15.02. So you can see that this the profit that is reported is not the all-time high profit. It actually was recorded in 2019. In 2019 also. So if the company is able to post earnings growth, the stock might be re-rated. Currently it is trading at around 20 times FY18 times FY21 EPS, which is cheaper as compared to many other FMCG companies like Marico and Dabur. But the company is not able to show good earnings growth over the years. So if the company is able to show earnings growth, there's a possibility the stock might be re-rated. If you are actually able to get the stock at around 250 to 60 levels, we can actually keep holding. And the targets of 320, 350 is next company will be considering is CRISIL Limited. Is actually one of the largest credit rating agencies in India. So it posted results for Q4 of FY21. It is currently trading at around 1859 levels at a price earning multiple 38.86. So it is posted the results for Q4 of FY21. And if you see the results, it posted a total income of around 495 crores sales and operating profit of 128 crores for quarter FY21 and then profit of 84 crores and profit before tax is 110 crores. The translation EPS 11.49. So if you see the previous quarter, it had a higher sales of 597 crores, higher income of 597 crores, operating profit of 154 crores and profit before tax of 134 crores and net profit of 110 crores. If you see the same period last year, it has lower total income of 28 crores, operating profit of 116 crores and the net profit of 88 crores and the profit before tax of 117 crores. That translates to EPS of 12.16. If you see the yearly results, so FY21's total income is around 2049, expected to be around 20. It actually follows the December calendar. So by December 2020, it's expected to have a total income of 2049 crores with a net profit of around 350 crores as compared December 2020 had a total income of 1982 crores and the net profit of 358 crores and the profit before tax of 458 crores. So it is likely to post almost similar results as compared to FY20 in FY21 also in December quarter by the end of December. So it is valuation is actually looked trading at around 38 times FY21 EPS based on the EPS of around 48 to 15. FY21 is trading at around 38 times at 1.59 levels. Its face value is 1, so it is actually debt free. It is actually having a balance sheet of reserves of 1305 crores and there's a share capital of just 7 crores. It can actually easily declare a bonus issue in the ratio 2:1 or 3:1. So it is not a very good in the terms of issuing bonus issues, but actually giving good returns to shareholders in the terms of share price appreciation. And regarding the so it's actually a share that can be actually bought on dips. If you see the 1 year chart of the company, you can actually see it was trading at around 14144 level in May 2020, and it was actually not had much movement, made it to a high of around 2050 in November 2020. So after the last 5 months actually given a negative returns. So it is a good buy only on dips. So if we are actually able to get the share price at around 1500 or 400 levels, we can actually keep buying or keep holding it, and for a target around 2200 to 2200 levels in the next 1 to 2 years. So the FII holding of this company is actually it's also promoters hold 67%, the FII's holding is 7%, and the DX mutual fund holding is 12%. And the next company I will be actually considering is ICICI Prudential Life Insurance Company Limited. So it's a life insurance arm of ICICI Group. So it posted slightly weak results for Q4 of FY21, and it is currently trading at 522 levels at a price earning multiple of around 78 times, which is very expensive. And if you see the quarter results of the company, it posted a total income of around 19,282 crores and operating profit of negative 444 crores, and the other income it posted other income 616 crores and then in profit before tax is 172 crores, and the net profit is 63 crores. If you summarize the same period, previous quarter, it was 28,463 crores total income, operating profit 51 crores, and the other income is 299 crores, and the net profit is 304 crores. So if you see the previous same period last year, it was actually had a loss, and but actually the life insurance companies don't they have a different method of in which the companies are actually evaluated based on the number of policies that they sold, like that. So if you see the consolidated yearly profit, it is actually had a total income of 83,182 crores, net profit of 956 crores as compared to 1067 crores in the previous year. So it is actually having a profit decline in FY21 as compared to FY20. So that is not a very good sign for a insurance company. It's actually expected to increase the revenue so that the share price can actually appreciate. So considering that it's actually trading at 78 times, it is not a stock that is worth investing by me. But some brokers or advisors might recommend investing in the stock and keep holding on dips. If you want to invest, you can actually invest, but need to keep a stop loss and need to buy on dips because the valuations look extremely expensive and the stock actually post a negative growth as compared to FY20. And regarding the shareholding pattern of the company, is actually have the reserves 7673 crores and the equity capital of 1436 crores, and regarding the shareholding pattern, promoter holds 73% and the FIs hold 16.5% and the mutual funds hold 4.29%. And okay, regarding the share price movement of this company, it was actually trading at around 362 levels in June 2020, and it made a high of around 526 level in Jan 2021, and now it's trading at around 520, almost the same level. So it actually made a low of around 450 level in April 2021. So that was a better level for investing in the stock. So it is up to the investors to decide whether they want to invest and in this company like ICICI Prudential Life Insurance. But it's the second largest life insurance company in India in the private sector. But if a risk-away investor can actually stay invested in this company and buy on dips, but I am not very bullish on this company for long term. Next, we will discuss the companies that announced the results on 20th April. So, we will be considering the first company, that is Swaraj Engines Limited. Swaraj Engines Limited is a company that actually manufactures diesel engines. It is actually part of, it actually manufactures diesel engines mainly for its Swaraj Mazda Limited, its associate company. So if you saw the website of the company, you can actually see the different products of this company, and they actually manufacture different types of diesel engine components. So you can actually see the details of the products of Swaraj engines in the website. So if you see the current market price of the company is actually trading at 1470, and the market cap is 1785 crores, and is currently actually based on the latest results actually trading at a price earnings multiple of 91 rupees. So the book value is 231, dividend yield is 1.7%, and the high and low values of 1709 and 930. We see the quarter results of the company is actually posted very good results. So it actually posted a sales of 305 crores the March quarter with an operating profit of 46 crores. If you see the profit before tax is 44 crores and net profit is 33 crores, that translates to an EPS of 26.82. In the previous quarter, it had a sales of 272 crores and it had an operating profit of 37 crores and profit before tax of 34 crores and the net profit of 25 crores. So that translates to an EPS of 20.2. So in the previous year, in March 2020, it had a sales of only 175 crores and the operating profit was just 23 crores. So it has almost doubled the operating profit in the current quarter as compared to previous year. And the last year, the net profit was 16 crores and it has improved to 33 crores. And with the earlier EPS was 13 and it improved to 26.82. So if you see the yearly results for the FY21 had a sales of 987 crores and the operating profit of 136 crores. The previous year it was 773 crores and the operating profit was 100 crores. If you see the net profit, it has improved to 124 crores from 94 crores last year. And profit before tax was improved to 124 crores 93 crores last year, and the net profit has increased to 93 crores from 71 crores last year. That translates to an EPS of 76.24 as compared to 58.55. So it has a dividend payout percentage of 91% for FY21 as compared to 68% FY20. It is a regular dividend paying company. It is almost debt free, and it has actually had a size growth of around 10% for the 10 years and 5% for the last 13% for the last 5 years. Common profit growth is 8% for the last 10 years and 13% for the last 5 years. Return equity is for the 10 years 29% and the return equity for 5 years 31%. CAGR returns 10 years 13% and the 5 years it is 5%. The balance sheet is almost debt free with the almost 268 crores reserves and the equity of 12 crores. It is possible that the company might announce a bonus issue of stocks plus in the near future. And if you see the yearly results, actually improved over the years. It was just 282 crores in 2010, it improved to 608 crores in 2014, further to 771 crores in 2018 to 987 crores in the current year. So the net profit has increased from 37 crores in 2010 to around 52 crores in 2015 to 82 crores in 2019 to around 93 crores this year. So it is actually, if you see the 1 year price chart of the company, it is actually increased from around, it was just trading at around 960 levels in May 2020. It's already given 50% returns in the last 1 year. It's now trading 1470. So it touched an all-time high of around 1643 in September. So it was trading at around 1015 May, and it actually increased over the years, and after touching an all-time high 1614 is corrected and now trading at around 1446, trading at around 18 times. It looks very good for long term based on the earnings growth that is reported over the years. So it is possible that the company might actually touch 2000 levels in the next 2 to 3 years if it is able to post an EPS of around 80 to 85 in the next 2 to 3 years. And regarding the next company that announced results on April 20, that is Tata Steel Long Products Limited. So it is actually a part of Tata Group, and it is actually planned to be merged with it was the old name of the new name of Tata Sponge Limited. So it is planned to be merged with Tata Metallics Limited. So that company also posted very good results for the last 2 quarters. It posted good results for Q4 of FY21 also. So it is currently trading at around 896 rupees at a price earning multiple of 6-7 times. The book value is 575 and the high and low value is 896 and 214. And the market cap is 4040 crores. If you see the latest results, actually posted very good results with the sales of 1541 crores. It seems it's a all-time high sales for the company in a quarter. Operating profit is 498 crores, and it has another income 15 crores. The profit before tax is 383 crores, and the net profit is 340 crores. That translates to EPS of 75.36. You can see that if you just consider the 1 quarter results, it's just trading at around 12 times 1 quarter EPS. So it is very attractive at the current levels. And if you see the previous quarter, it had sales of 1364 crores and net profit of 304 crores and operating profit before tax of 304 crores, and EPS was 67.4 in the previous quarter. If you see the same period last year, it was sales of 1008 crores, and it posted a loss in the first quarter, the March quarter, with a loss of 133 crores. So if you see the yearly results, it has posted an all-time high revenues of 4750 crores with an operating profit of 1098 crores. And then profit before tax is 615 crores, and the net profit is 570 crores. That translates to EPS of 126.83. So the previous year it had actually posted a loss on a sales of 3490 crores, posted a loss of 516 crores. And but actually if you see the yearly sales, it has actually increased over the years from 796 crores in 2013 to around 800 crores in 2018. It increased to all-time high to 4750 crores. In the last 2-3 years, it actually increased the sales. This year onwards, it is actually becoming profitable and made good profits. And the net profit has increased from 85 crores to around 141 crores in 2018 to 570 crores in the current year. So regarding the balance sheet, it is actually having share capital of 15 crores in the reserves of 2549 crores. It is balance sheet very strong. The reserves are much higher than the liabilities. And regarding the shareholding part, of promoters hold 74.91%, the FIs hold 0.42%, and the mutual funds hold 5.54%. Regarding the share price returns, actually given good returns in the last 1 year. The share price was just trading at 218 rupees. It was already given 300% returns. 1 year it has increased over the years, and it touched around touched a high of around 547 levels in December. And it touched an all-time high of 862 levels in January 2021, then had a correction, fell to around 600 levels in January 2021, then increased again based on the big quarter results. Actually now it's trading at around 895 levels. So it is trading at around 7 times FY21 EPS. It looks very good based on the merger with Tata Metallics. The combined entity is likely to have a good earnings and based on the low equities, it might likely to have an EPS of around 100-150 levels. So it is possible that the stock might actually touch a level of 1500 if the earnings continue to grow in the future in the next 2 to 3 years. So I'm actually bullish on the company. I'm actually optimistic on the company.